Beneath the skin of a primeval world, an ocean breathes. This is not our ocean. It is a vast Jurassic Sea, an arena for some of the most extraordinary creatures ever to command the... Cutting through the sunlit waters are the ichthyosaurs, the fish lizards. Their bodies are a masterpiece of convergent evolution, a streamlined torpedo shape, powerful fins, and a vertical tail fluke that propels them with the explosive speed of a modern dolphin. They are relentless hunters of fish and squid, their movements a blur of hydrodynamic perfection. Among them is a specialist, a creature built for the world of eternal twilight below, the Ophthalmosaurus. Its defining feature is its eyes, the largest of any known vertebrate in the planet's history, reaching a staggering 25 centimeters in diameter. These immense, light-gathering orbs allow it to plunge into the abyssal dark, hunting deep-water squid where others see only blackness. It is a ghost in the abyss, navigating a world without light. But for every hunter, there is a greater one. From the crushing depths, a shadow ascends. The Temnodontosaurus, the cutting-toothed lizard. This was no sleek pursuer. It was an apex predator of terrifying efficiency, growing up to 12 meters in length. Its massive jaws, armed with formidable teeth, were capable of dispatching not just large fish, but other smaller ichthyosaurs. Its strategy was one of overwhelming force, a sudden, brutal strike from below, leaving its victims no chance of escape. Yet not all rulers of this realm relied on sheer velocity. Another form glided through the water with an alien grace, the Plesiosaurs. Theirs is a silhouette that has haunted human imagination. A small head on an impossibly long neck, a robust body, and a method of propulsion that was both powerful and eerily silent. In the coastal shallows and vibrant coral reefs, the Cryptocleidos puts this unique body plan to use. Reaching 8 meters, it was a patient stalker. Its long, flexible neck, lined with sharp, interlocking teeth, was the perfect tool for snatching unwary fish from their hiding places among the rocks and kelp forests. It was a precision instrument of predation. Even more extreme was the Muranosaurus. Its neck was an anatomical marvel, composed of numerous vertebrae and accounting for nearly half of its 10-meter body length. This incredible adaptation allowed it to function as a biological probe, its head darting into deep crevices and narrow fissures on the seabed, plucking out prey that believed itself safe from any predator. But above them all, a different lineage held absolute dominion. These were the Pliosaurs, the true tyrants of the Jurassic structure. Its design was brutally simple, a colossal skullbush predators, the undisputed masters of this ancient, violent kingdom. These were the sovereigns of an Earth we can now only imagine. Their reign, which seemed eternal, eventually met its end, their roars and struggles silenced by the immense, indifferent passage of time. Today, their ghosts haunt our museums, their fossilized remains the only testament to a world where monsters were real and the ocean was their throne. Empires, whether of land or of sea, are destined to fall, leaving behind only impressions in stone. In the warm, primordial seas of the Jurassic, a shadow moved with lethal purpose. It was an animal of immense scale, a living torpedo crowned with a massive head, its jaws armed with undisputed master of the ancient ocean. Its powerful bite, a force of nature in itself, could splinter bone and shear through flesh with terrifying ease. Nothing was safe. From the largest of fish to the young, vulnerable plesiosaurs that strayed too far from their mothers, all were potential prey in its vast blue kingdom. But even a sovereign has its rivals. In these same waters lurked another formidable predator, a name that echoes through the ages, Liopleurodon. Measuring up to 10 meters in length, this hunter possessed a secret weapon of extraordinary power. Its skull, a masterpiece of sensory engineering, housed nasal passages that could detect a single drop of blood from kilometers away, tasting the water for the promise of a meal. This phenomenal sense of smell guided its massive body, propelled by 4 powerful flippers that allowed for shocking bursts of acceleration. It was an ambush predator of unparalleled efficiency, a specter in the deep that could erupt from the gloom, its enormous teeth tearing into the flesh of its quarry before the victim even registered the attack. Yet the Jurassic Sea was not a simple duopoly of titans. Among these giants, a smaller, more specialized hunter carved its own niche. This was Peleoneustes, a pliosaur of a different design. Reaching a modest 3 meters, what it lacked in brute force, it compensated for with breathtaking agility. It was a creature of the cluttered world, a hunter that wove through submerged forests of kelp and treacherous coral labyrinths. Its prey was smaller, faster, schooling fish and elusive squid. To catch them required not overwhelming power, but surgical precision. Its long, narrow jaws accuracy of a striking serpent. As the tides turned on the shores of this ancient world, a different drama was unfolding on the land. Here, in the dense cycad forests, across vast fern prairies and humid floodplains, another dynasty of giants held sway. This was the domain of the terrestrial dinosaurs, and among them, 2 colossal carnivores cast the longest shadows: Allosaurus and its even more imposing relative, Saurophaganax. Allosaurus was the quintessential predator of its era, a perfect fusion of speed and power. Growing to 10 meters long and weighing around 2 tons, it was an icon of Jurassic lethality. Powerful hind limbs propelled it across the landscape in pursuit of prey, while its formidable forelimbs, tipped with 3 great curving claws, were used to grapple and restrain struggling victims. They were adaptable hunters, operating alone as solitary stalkers or forming small, terrifying packs to bring down the true behemoths of the age, the long-necked Diplodocus and the heavily armored Stegosaurus. But even the fearsome Allosaurus walked in the shadow of a greater terror. In these same lands reigned Saurophaganax, a name that translates literally and aptly as the greatest lizard eater. This was an apex predator of a truly staggering scale. Exceeding 12 meters in length and weighing up to 4 tons, it was one of the largest carnivores ever to walk the earth. It was a patient hunter, a mountain of muscle and bone that could remain motionless for hours, its presence betrayed only by the slight twitch of a nostril tasting the air. Its strategy was one of brutal simplicity, ambush and overwhelming force. When it struck, the attack was a sudden, earth-shaking explosion of violence. Its immense jaws, filled with long, serrated teeth, could crush bone and inflict catastrophic wounds, felling even the most gigantic herbivores of its time. These were the rulers of a lost world, titans of land and sea, locked in an unending struggle for survival. Their reign was absolute, their power unquestioned. Yet, in the silent ledger of deep time, even the most fearsome dynasty is but a fleeting chapter, a testament to the ephemeral nature of dominance in a world that is forever changing. In a world of titans, even giants were prey. On the ancient floodplains of the late Jurassic, the colossal sauropods were stalked by a predator of terrifying ambition, Saurophaganax. It is a creature whose very existence suggests a brutal hierarchy, a hunter that may well have occupied the absolute apex of its food chain, dominating ecosystems with a power that has few parallels in Earth's history. But the story of these great hunters begins not with the largest, but with the first to be known by us. It bears a name that echoes its stature: Megalosaurus, the great lizard. This was the animal that opened humanity's eyes to a lost world. It was the first dinosaur ever to be formally described by science, a ghost from the stone that forced us to reconsider the very nature of time and life. It walked the lands of Jurassic Europe approximately 166 million years ago, reaching lengths of up to 9 meters, large herbivores that shared its world. Its body was a fortress of muscle, a robust and perfectly balanced killing machine. A long, heavy tail acted as a precise counterbalance for its massive skull, while powerful hind limbs granted it the explosive acceleration needed to launch an ambush. In its time and place, Megalosaurus was the undisputed sovereign, the pinnacle of a food web built on a foundation of fear. Yet the reign of these theropods was not confined to the temperate fern prairies of ancient England. We journey from this familiar world to a continent we now know as a wasteland of ice, Antarctica. Here, during the early Jurassic, some 190 million years ago, the land was a realm of green forests, and it was haunted by a different kind of predator. It is known as Cryolophosaurus, the frozen crested lizard. The name is a tribute to the bizarre, forward-swept crest of bone that adorned its skull, a biological enigma that was part weapon, part signal. This hunter, measuring between 6 and 7 meters, was not only a formidable predator in this high-latitude potential mates in the twilight of the polar seasons. It is a startling reminder that this creature thrived in an environment that would one day become the coldest on Earth, a testament to a planet whose climate and continents are in a constant, slow-motion dance. For every colossal hunter that shook the Earth, however, countless smaller lives played out in the undergrowth, in a world viewed from just above the forest floor. Here, survival was a matter of speed, stealth, and intellect. Among the most masterful of these diminutive survivors was Compsognathus. Scarcely larger than a house cat, this nimble carnivore was a blur of motion, darting through the leaf litter in pursuit of insects, lizards, and any other small creature that crossed its path. Its existence was one of fleeting opportunities and constant vigilance. In a land ruled by giants, Compsognathus survived not through brute force, but through a strategy of legatos. And sometimes the stone gives up more than bone. Another of these small hunters, Juravenitor, or the hunter from the Jura Mountains, offers a more profound glimpse into this lost world. At only a meter in length, it was a graceful predator with a mouthful of needle-sharp teeth, perfectly suited for seizing small prey. But the true marvel of Juravenitor lies in its fossilized remains, which preserve the ghostly imprints of soft tissues. These faint traces suggest its body was cloaked in a downy coat of primitive feathers or similar filaments, a crucial adaptation for maintaining body heat and perhaps for providing camouflage amongst the dense Jurassic foliage. In this same world of shadow hunters, there was another specialist. Its name, Ornitholestes, casts it as the bird robber. Slightly larger, growing up to 2 meters long, its defining feature was a pair of long, grasping forelimbs tipped with wickedly sharp claws. These were not merely arms, they were precision instruments, designed to snatch and hold struggling prey with inescapable force. Despite its namesore, or mammal it could overpower, it was a portrait of success, a versatile and adaptable hunter thriving in the dangerous space between the colossal and the microscopic. But the relentless pressure of these carnivores, large and small, shaped the evolution of their prey. To survive, some grew to a scale that defied predation, becoming living mountains of flesh. We now turn from the hunters to the hunted, to one of the most iconic giants of all time, Diplodocus. To comprehend this animal is to reconsider the very limits of biological engineering. Imagine a creature not as an animal, but as a piece of landscape, stretching up to 27 meters from. These were not monsters of aggression, but gentle, wandering titans. Their lives were a slow, continuous search for sustenance, their immense necks sweeping across vast tracts of vegetation. They were the architects of their environment, their passage shaping the very forests they consumed. The story of the Jurassic is not just one of teeth and claws, but of this profound and epic relationship between the colossal herbivores and the world that sustained them. They are a testament to a world governed by a simple, beautiful, and often brutal imperative: to live. And in their silent, fossilized forms, they speak of life's boundless and terrifying majesty, a quiet echo from a time before our. A vast serpentine neck and an equilever bridge of flesh and bone. At the apex of this incredible column of vertebrae rested a surprisingly small head, an instrument perfectly engineered for a singular purpose: stripping foliage from the primeval canopy. This was Diplodocus. It moved through the Jurassic valleys and floodplains with a placid certainty, a colossus driven by an unending need to consume vast quantities of plant matter. Its tail, stretching out far behind, was more than a simple counterbalance. It was a devastatingly effective bullwhip, a weapon capable of producing a concussive crack that could deter, and with one well-aimed strike, cripple even the most determined predator. In this same world walked another titan, a different expression of sauropod majesty. Apatosaurus, for a time famously misidentified as Brontosaurus, was a creature built not for reach, but for raw power. Reaching lengths of up to 25 meters and weighing as much as 30 tons, its form was one of profound bulk and strength. Its movements were deliberate, the ponderous steps of an animal that had little to fear. While its cousins reached for the treetops, Apatosaurus browsed on tougher, more resilient fare, cycads and dense ferns. This immense mass and a frame of thick, heavy bones made it a walking citadel, virtually unassailable to the carnivores of its era. But the sauropod blueprint was not monolithic. Evolution, in its endless experimentation, produced outliers that defied the very definition of their kind. Consider the Brachytrachelopan. This dinosaur was a radical departure, a sauropod that had forsaken the towering neck of its relatives. Scarcely exceeding 10 meters in length, it was a compact giant, built low to the ground. This seemingly bizarre adaptation was its key to a world hidden from its taller cousins. Its short neck and maneuverable body allowed it to push deep into dense thickets, exploiting the rich undergrowth, a niche utterly inaccessible to the long-necked titans. It was a sauropod that had chosen an entirely different path, a testament to the versatility of a successful body plan. At the opposite extreme of this evolutionary spectrum was a creature that pushed the long-necked form to its absolute biological limit, Mamenchisaurus. Here was an animal defined by one of the most astonishing anatomical features in the history of life. Its neck, measuring some 12 meters, accounted for nearly half of its entire body length. This was a biological marvel, a structure that allowed it to graze from the crowns of the very highest trees, harvesting foliage far beyond the reach of any competitor. One must imagine this creature moving with an impossible grace, its head sweeping through. Yet this age was not populated solely by these colossal herbivores. The Jurassic landscape was a complex tapestry of life, and other plant eaters found different solutions to the problem of survival. Among the most iconic was Stegosaurus. Roughly 9 meters long, its profile is unmistakable. A double row of large, bony plates running along its arched back, culminating in a tail armed with menacing spikes. Its name, the roof lizard, belies its peaceful nature, but its appearance was anything but. The true purpose of its plates remains a subject of intense scientific debate. Were they elaborate radiators for controlling body temperature, formidable displays to intimidate rivals and attract mates, or simply a form of passive defense? Whatever their function, its primary weapon was unambiguous. The 4 formidable spikes on its tail, the thagomizer, provided a lethal defense. Sharing these ancient forests was a close relative, the Kentrosaurus. Smaller, at around 5 meters, it compensated for its lesser stature with an even more formidable defensive array. Its body was a fortress of keratin and bone. The plates of its famous cousin were replaced along its back and tail with a bristling collection of sharp spines, projecting upwards and outwards. This created an almost impenetrable shield of spikes, a clear and present danger to any predator foolish enough to attack. It navigated the dense Jurassic undergrowth, feeding on low-growing ferns, a walking embodiment of the principle that, in a world of giants, the best defense is an unassailable one. Each of these creatures, from the sky-scraping Mamenchisaurus to the low-slung Kentrosaurus, represents a unique and successful strategy for life. They were not crude monsters, but highly specialized animals, each exquisitely adapted to its environment. Each was a masterpiece of biological engineering, a fleeting, magnificent answer to the timeless questions of survival, now silenced and reclaimed by the deep quiet of geological time. In a world of titans, some creatures found safety not in size, but in solitude. They were living fortresses, mountains of armored flesh that preferred to avoid conflict, moving with the slow, deliberate certainty of geological time. But when provoked, they were capable of a furious, earth-shaking defense, a reminder that even the most placid existence in this era was underpinned by a capacity for violence. Against this backdrop of armored giants, a different kind of survivalist emerged. The Camptosaurus, a swift and agile herbivore stretching up to 7 meters from snout to tail. It moved through the Jurassic forests with a fluid bipedal gait, its body held in a state of constant readiness. This posture was its salvation, allowing it to erupt into a burst of speed at the first sign of danger, or to rise up on its powerful hind legs, reaching for the higher, untouched branches of cycads and conifers. Its very name, the bending lizard, speaks to the profound flexibility of its form, a suppleness that granted it a life of maneuverability and grace amidst the lumbering behemoth. Yet, even lower to the ground, in the dense undergrowth, life teemed with ingenuity. Here we find the smallest player in our drama, the drinker, a creature no more than 2 meters long. This was a dinosaur of the shadows, a secretive and nimble animal that wove a hidden existence through the thick ferns and horsetails, actively avoiding the paths of its larger, more dangerous neighbors. Feeding on the softest leaves and newest shoots, the drinker was a pioneer of a different evolutionary strategy. For this survival in the unforgiving world of the Jurassic. Nearby, a whisper of movement in the brush might betray the presence of Ophthalmosaurus. Scarcely more than 1.5 meters in length, this nimble herbivore possessed a delicate, graceful build that allowed it to evade predators with effortless ease. It darted through the landscape, a fleeting shape subsisting on soft vegetation, seeds, ability to scan the horizon and vanish into the dense thickets at a moment's notice. Through its profound caution and remarkable velocity, Ophthalmosaurus thrived in a world seemingly designed for giants. Other herbivores carved out their existence through different means. The Ankylosaurus, a small dinosaur of about 2 meters, represented an older, more versatile design. It walked primarily on 4 legs, its body low to the ground, but possessed the crucial ability to rise onto its hind limbs. This simple act opened up a new world of foraging, allowing it to reach for tempting leaves and tender branches just beyond the grasp of others. With its slender frame and a long, flexible neck, the Ankylosaurus could probe for vegetation in places its competitors could not, a quiet specialist avoiding the grand contest for resources. Its larger, more robust cousin was the Massospondylus, a creature that could reach a length of 4 meters. Its defining feature was a remarkably long neck, a prelude to the colossal sauropods that would later dominate the planet. Its powerful forelimbs were armed with sharp claws, but these were not weapons of war. They were tools, used to pull down branches and strip away bark, securing its diet of leaves and shoots. Despite its impressive size, the Massospondylus was a peaceful browser, a testament to the diverse ways in which herbivory was evolving. While this drama of survival played out across the fern-choked plains, a different story was unfolding in the skies above. Long before the first true birds, long before the colossal pterosaurs of the Cretaceous, the Jurassic heavens were already claimed. 150 million years ago, the Rhamphorhynchus soared on leathery wings. It was a comparatively small creature, with a wingspan of barely a meter, yet it was a master of the air. Its long, rigid tail, ending in a diamond-shaped vein, acted as a stabilizer, a rudder crafted by evolution that allowed for exquisite balance and maneuverability in flight. The mouth, however, betrayed a different purpose. It was a cage of sharp, intermeshing teeth, curved and perfectly suited for one task: hunting. It was a deft predator, skimming the ancient waterways, its shadow a fleeting harbinger of death for the unwary fish below. Each of these creatures, from the armored colossus to the fleeting aerial hunter, represents a unique solution to the eternal question of existence. They are threads in a vast and complex tapestry of life, a world where there was no single path to success. Each fossil is a silent testament to an age where survival was an art, practiced in 1,000 different forms. Skimming the shimmering surface of the Jurassic seas, it hunted with a sudden, precise plunge, snatching fish from the water on the wing. Its methods were a startling echo of modern terns and skuas, a piece of evolutionary strategy repeated across an immense gulf of time. Scientists envision vast, noisy colonies of these pterosaurs, Rhamphorhynchus, clinging to coastal cliffs, their calls echoing over the ancient oceans. Although a distant forerunner to the later colossal masters of the sky, Its very anatomy reveals the dawn of a grand biological experiment. These flying reptiles were the first vertebrates to truly claim the air, to unshackle themselves from the earth and begin the conquest of the heaven. But this was not the only lineage reaching for the sky. In another corner of the evolutionary theater, a different, more profound transformation was underway. Here, we encounter a creature that holds a singular place in the chronicle of life, Archaeopteryx. It was not merely an ancient bird, nor was it simply a dinosaur. It was a living link, a tangible bridge between two great evolutionary dynasties. 150 million years ago, in the late Jurassic period, it inhabited a world now preserved in the exquisite limestone of Bavaria. This was once a vast archipelago of tropical islands, fringed by warm, placid lagoons whose fine-grained mud would create the perfect tomb for its secrets. No larger than a modern raven, Archaeopteryx was a biological paradox. It was cloaked in feathers, possessed wings, and a fused clavicle, the wishbone, all hallmarks of a bird. Yet its jaw was armed with the sharp, conical teeth of a reptile. 3 clawed fingers, perfect for grasping, protruded from the edge of each wing, and a long, bony tail trailed behind it, a direct inheritance from its theropod dinosaur ancestors. Rees of short, frantic bursts and controlled glides between the branches of cycads and conifers. This fledgling form of aviation was a powerful advantage, allowing it to hunt for insects and small lizards in the forest canopy while evading the far larger predators below. Archaeopteryx stands as a living illustration of nature's patient, incremental artistry, the gradual transformation of a terrestrial hunter into an aerial wanderer. It was neither fully reptile nor true bird. It was a moment of becoming, a turning point when the Earth first learned a new way to dream of the sky.